that thing. So today's video, we just talk real quickly. Look, don't waste time explaining things to people that can't help. I have this thing that I've ordered, and it's supposed to have come by now. And I've spoken with multiple representatives on the phone to try and expedite the process. There's some delays, whatever, right? And one of the things I've learned that's given me more power than anything else in the world, this is a little hack, is to never explain things to people that just don't are useless. Like if you go to a store and there's a product you purchased and the cashier like is completely clueless and stupid and can't help you, just say, hey, have a nice day, and walk away and find someone who can actually help you. It wastes energy and time to like scream and explain and insult someone who's like like a rock. And it's no insult on their intelligence. It's literally that's where they stand. You know, they don't have what it takes. I can tell you, I've talked to thousands, not like kind of, no, actually thousands of representatives, of individuals, of help support people, this and that. And one of the things I found is that more than the majority, like the vast majority of people are useless. Useless. They're doing it because they just want to pay a bill. They want to pay their bills and then blast off on the weekends, get drunk, sleep, get up, do it all over again. They don't really have any value. And I'm not saying that's a valueless person. There's someone that loves them and they're good to somebody, whatever. But I'm saying, like, in the big scheme of things, the human story will pass on and they won't even be a dash on the back page of a lost memory in some dream, right? Their life is not really consequential, is what I'm saying. And so to sit there and to waste your divine apex energy on them, trying to explain something to them that they will never understand, and then them not even be able to like help you get a solution is a waste of time. And so one of the things I found is like when I'm speaking to a representative on the phone, or I'm dealing with someone at a store who doesn't know what the hell is going on, heavens is going on. What I've done is I speak to them and I see how far their intelligence can take this conversation and how much power they have in the situation. If they're a low level person that doesn't, they like, there's the boss and then there's the assistant and there's somebody below them. And you're speaking to that below person who's just there to get enough money to pay for their drugs and wake up the next day and keep doing it. Just say, hey, have a nice day. Find a higher person. Where's your manager? Okay, you don't have a manager. You talk to the manager and they're just as dumb as a box of rocks. Then you go, you know what? Thank you. Get a refund or don't ever support that business. The thing is, there are too many organizations and businesses, and I can name them, but I won't because they're not worth my time. They'll go out of existence soon, that are very large and very influential and have a lot of money. And the only reason they exist is because they exist. That's it. Like, I'll just name them. AT&T is one of them. Like, completely a useless company, right? But everybody needs them because there aren't any alternatives. The second a superior alternative shows up, AT&T will die immediately. It's one company. There are several others I could name. The U.S. Postal Service is one. UPS is another. Um, like they're companies that are so large, they absolutely abhor you as a customer. Like the only reason you exist is to feed their pockets. They don't care about you at all. Like, and they explicitly demonstrate that over and over. And so they don't hire people that care about you or care about the work or care about the product. They hire people that are dumb enough to be pushed around like gummy worms, but they don't want intelligent people at all. So they don't do that. So, but I will say that I have met some AT&T representatives that have been absolute godsends, but they were apex humans that God put in my path. Okay, that had nothing to do with AT&T. Now, again, my issue today is not with AT&T, but it's with another company that I actually like the company, but it's UPS that's being a curmudgeon pain in the arse that is getting in the way. So the United States Postal Service. It's actually not USPS, it's UPS, the US Post. I don't know. It's UPS, the brown ones, like the brown truck people. They're the golden brown people. They're just being a pain in the butt. So they're useless. But anyway, when you encounter that, I'm wasting words talking about it. But when you encounter that, companies like that, people like that, save yourself the energy of explaining it to someone because there are people that you could talk to about your problems, and all they're going to be is a receiver of that and an amplifier of that problem. So what happens is you create more of the problem by explaining it. Even now, I kind of did that a little bit. So I'm gonna reel back in. We are here to live exceptional lives, have what we want, and have power in this world. The problem with humanity right now is that humanity is leaderless. There are no leaders for the species. Hello, Angel. I am well. How are you? Thank you for joining. There are no leaders in humanity right now. Humanity has no leaders, very few leaders. I say no, but I'll say, there should be more leaders. Right now, you have a lot of gummy worm puppets in power, in places of influence. Those people don't have any leadership power. They don't walk into a room and change the essence of that encounter. They don't walk into a room and the entire mood shift. We do, though, because God made us to lead. That's why we are the apex. Just like a lion can walk into a group of gazelles and all of the gazelles are going to get like, "Oh." But a worm can crawl amongst gazelle and they won't even notice it, right? Or a rat can show up and the gazelle. But so if you're apex, if you're a child of the Most High God, you have that spark in you. You have that ability to show up in a situation and change the entire nature of that situation just by showing up, just by being there, just by existing. People look at you and see the spark of divine energy within you, and it radiates out. You do not have the luxury of being a gummy worm anymore. You do not have the luxury of walking in life and just doing the humdrum. You don't get to be a loser. You don't. You are royalty. And until you take on that status, you will continue to suffer, continue to be in pain, continue to be frustrated, and continue to be depressed. You have to take on the mantle of Christ. You have to take on that leadership role. That is your purpose. So, like I said, there are a lot of people that we can complain to and cry to and say, hey, look, you need to help me and your company is trash. It doesn't serve us. Withdraw your funds from that company, withdraw your support from that company, tell your friends and family and others to say, you know what, I had a terrible experience with that company. And I would suggest that you not support them. And if they do, it's fine. Don't, maybe the company is good for them. But I have found that if there's someone who cannot serve my ends, I do not waste time talking to them. I do not waste time trying to get them to do something for me that they are incapable of doing. It's like when I was in a relationship, it was a dead, abusive relationship. I was keeping myself there for 17 years. And I could have cried and screamed and jumped and bled and died every single day for that relationship, and it never would have gotten better. And it was a waste of energy to try